What's going on, guys? Jared with another epic video. Today, guys, we'll be going through and breaking down all of the best kind of support and kind of like tech cards, you could kind of call them, for the Scareclaw archetype that would help support the deck. So I'm gonna go through that, guys, because that's one of the things I've seen most in my comments and stuff like that. You guys are like, Jared, would you play this? Would you play that? So I figured we would go through everything that some of you guys have mentioned, some of the stuff that I've seen, and some stuff that we haven't even talked about. This will have everything from like now out to Photon Hypernova that I'm aware of. If I miss anything, you're welcome to put it down below in the comments. We'll go ahead and dive in, guys. Definitely consider following and subscribing and liking the video. That would really help out the channel a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it as well. So let's go ahead and dive in. Um, so we'll start with all the stuff here in the main spot. So we have our Heavenly Zephyr Medora. So we have him. So this one's a good card, right? If when your opponent's playing something out from the extra deck, which most decks do these days, uh, and really just keeping them from using its effect and getting you a monster on the board to, uh, in defense already. So you have one card in defense for the field spell and for the rich art, and also an extra card to go into, one of the three cards you need to go into Tryhard. So that's why he's in the list. Cyber Dragon, I used him originally until some of the other support came out because I was mega fleeting like crazy, a lot of people. So, and the reason I've got some of these guys listed as well, because I know everyone has that's common videos, everyone's from different backgrounds and has different budget options, and you have maybe access to certain cards or not, or not access to some cards, and that's why I've put everything on here. Another one is the red-haired hasty horse, right? He's another one that you can just special summon from hand. Why you don't have cards, one of those cards not in this column, so it's another basically Cyber Dragon essentially for the deck. You guys already know I love Alpha. Alpha's so good for bouncing cards and just really baiting out their negates. Another really good extender is the I guess the Megachonite. I'm horrible pronunciations. So he's really good when you just normal summon one of your Scareclaw cards. You could summon him in addition. This could help you go into number 75 more consistently and keeping you from getting Nibiru'd potentially. So that would be a real good play with that one. As you guys see, I play a Parallel Exceed in a lot of my versions, so he's a really good extender everyone's already aware of. Same for Rescue Cat. One we haven't talked really much about is the Form Mud Skipper. This one's really good, so you can use it to basically just as an extra extender to as one of your three cards to go into Tryhard or maybe one of the link twos, for example. But also with his effect too, he lets you, if you when you go through and link summon with him, you can add a 5 or higher Cyberverse monster from your deck to your hand, which in turn which you could go ahead and add the Cyberverse White Hat. This would be another good card to play in the deck too, because right, all of your Scareclaw monsters, they're all beast except for the Richard. So this would just let you be able to special summon him from hand. So it's basically another extender for the deck as well if you haven't thought about using him already. But this combo goes really good, like this, and then like combo it with the Parallax. See, that's ridiculous. That'd be a ridiculous play. I've been wanting to build a Cyberverse version outside of the one that I just posted here recently of the Live Twins. So if you guys would like to see that, let me know, and we'll more than likely make it happen because there's a lot of these plays here that'd be pretty ridiculous. We've got the end of the V-Rains. If you guys see a lot of my deck profiles we're playing, it really helps the deck be consistent, allows you to go through for whichever one you're playing. It could be just the Link one, uh, right? Get the Lightheart to resolve so you can go through and add the field spell from deck to hand, or you could be playing Tryhard itself or any of the other, links that you want to do, like a Unicorn being unnegated. Inferno Reckless Summon is good as well too, because you can, right? Maybe they hand trap you, they ash you with going for the Link one, and then you special summon another one of the level threes from your hand. Then you play Inferno Reckless Summon. They have to play the Ash on the field. And then you just go through and bring out the other whichever one you summon to that turn. So now you have enough to go for Tryhard instantly. Plus you thinned out the deck as well too, so it's a really good card. Plus all their ashes are out of the deck too, so you won't get ashed again rest of the duel. So just for an example play. Another one as well is the Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault. This can help go into a couple other plays. Uh, whether it be going like for the Earthbound Immortal play, or I've been trying to maybe looking into seeing building maybe like an Infinite Negate version, which would be crazy for the deck as well. So Infinite Negate or something to that extent, or at least get out the Avion for the Omni Negate. You could do with this play, or just play another, or bring out like the Rescue Cat, use it for a Rescue Cat play, right? Because you could just use this on the Link one, which is a Beast Warrior, and use it to bring out a Rescue Cat because it's a beast. So you could go through and do that, or any of your other Scareclaw monsters, but more than likely you would do Rescue Cat if you're playing Rescue Cat. Transmodify is another one. Some of you guys didn't know about this card until I mentioned it in a previous video. This was really good. Helps kind of go into your like Rescue Cat plays because you could just trade any of your Scareclaws that are level 3 into a Rescue Cat, or you could trade it into Basically to help go into your plays for Naturi Beast. If you are playing you want to do more of a Naturi Beast version, the Transmodify and the Tri-Brigade Airborne would be cards that would help you do that to go along with your Rescue Cat combo. Then you also have the Air's Rock of Sunrise. This is a good monster reborn for the deck. Plus your opponent's monster lose 200 attack for each beast, beast plant, things in the graveyard. So that helped kind of weaken it down some. Plus, it's a monster born essentially for your graveyards. You can play that or just monster born, whatever's up to you. You guys know I love Talons. It's really good for the draw two or take one. So if you don't have one, I wouldn't recommend invest saving up to get it. Because it's really good being able to steal their Wenda or whatever it is, that's oppressing you, or their Arvamax or whatever. I've won so many games because of Talons just taking their card and linking it off or attacking them directly with their card. So this card's a game changer. Map as well. You guys have seen me play map. It's good. Basically, it's a reinforcement of the army for the Scareclaw. So you can have one of them from deck to hand. Then you would normal summon it. Then special summon the other Scareclaws from your hand. My body as a shield to help protect all your cards from being destroyed. Maybe they Raigeki you. They dark hole you. Maybe Mirror Jade's effect to blow up the field. Things like that. That would save. Same thing with the Tri Brigade. Uh, Revenos, or however you pronounce this. It does the same thing, except it would give you more attack points, and it would help, save your cards if they would be destroyed. So keep that in mind. That's kind of the backup. You have the standard Dark Ruler No More to get rid of all their effects. Uh, Also, the Gorgon's Eye, which is still pretty cheap, I think, still so far. Uh, so all the cards that are in defense for this turn, all their effects are negated. So if you have Tryhard art, there goes all their effects. So they can still like Link Summon and Fusion Climb and all that stuff, but they're not going to be able to pull like their extra extenders and probably do some Fusion or even Link plays because of their effects are negated. So that's a pretty good tech card choice as well. Of course, the Kaiju could be any of the Kaijus, but mostly the Wind Kaiju because Flandreese is still a thing. Defender of the Forest, the Green Baboon. I've thought about putting him in and testing him out because there's so many times your cards do get destroyed, and he's not once per turn either. So you could just keep paying 1,000 every time he gets destroyed while he's in the graveyard. So you could just keep reoccurring him and paying 1,000 to bring him back. The Ibleed for link plays, you could go through and use it to link off to go in like a link 2 or even to the Tryhard and give it to your opponents. They're forced into link. A lot of decks can't get around this, so they would be basically it's game over, right? If you're playing like Despia or something like that, it's pretty much already game. If you're playing like Despia or some deck like that that does only fusions. All right, so Earthbound Immortal. This one here basically just to blow up the field. If you're going with usually with this play to bring it out to blow up the board. Another card as well is Swords of Concealing Light. Like I said, I just put a bunch of different cards in because I know a lot of you guys don't have access to certain cards, so some of these are a little easier to get and much cheaper. So that's why I put some of the ones that most people probably won't play, but I still wanted to make sure I let you be aware of them as an option because everyone comes from different backgrounds and has different access to everything. So this will flip all of your opponent's cards face down, so right you have to worry about effects. Plus it plays into the field spell and into the rich art, so it's another good card too as well. Limited Area B. I haven't seen really too many people play this card. To me, I don't think it's that good, but I still thought I would mention it for the deck in case anyone's aware of the card that puts everything four higher in defense, maybe help trigger the field spell, things like that. Of course, different archetypes that work well with the deck. You've got the Tri Brigade version. I'll post an updated profile for you guys soon. I've already posted my Crusadia version. I posted the Live Twins version the other day, and the Milfy version. I'm thinking about building a Milfy version as well too, because they work so well with the deck and they're level twos. It'll help also going into which is what I want to do more as well too, the Nature Beast package. So I've thought about doing that because it helps recycle and really thin out the deck as well. So we may try and build that and see how I do with that. And then also you have what my favorite one still probably is the Shatala archetype mixed with them, which I've already posted that video as the deck giveaway series. Make sure you guys check that out. I'll be giving away that entire deck once we hit the requirements I go over in the video. And then you've also got the Gravity Balance. This is one of the new G Golem stuff that's coming out. So hopefully we'll get more G Golem stuff. This will help with the Cyberverse kind of build that I mentioned up here. This will go along with like that, or just your standard Scareclaw build, because what it does is you basically just bring back 2 Earth monsters that are banished or in your graveyard that have the same name. So if you have like 2 Astral, 2 Acro in graveyard, you just special summon them both back. So this is one card that gets you 2 extenders. So it's very good because you're very good at extending the cards out of the deck. And a lot of the times you'll draw 2 cards of the same name. That happens to me a lot more often than you would think. So that card does help out because you could just summon both of them, link off, go link one, pull field spell, play the other one, go ahead, full combo into Tryhard, play the other card again to play the Gravity Balance, bring the other 2 back, use his effect. Essentially, this would be a 1-card OTK. Because this would allow you to go through and double extend to a second Tryhard on your turn and give you everything you would need to instantly OTK them this turn. Plus, you could pull the straddle just to make sure you double overkill them. Um, so Umbrage, right, for your parallel exceed plays. Brute Enforcer is really good because, right, you can discard a card and you can target one part of your controls of the same type, monster, spell, or trap, and you can negate that effect. Otherwise, destroy that face-up card. So it's a really good card for, kind of some disruption during your turn. But mostly you're using him for kind of the parallel exceed plays and also mostly for that. And or just maybe you need to get something in the graveyard and you can't play IP or something like that. That's not ideal at the moment. You don't have, it's not the right situation. So he does fix some of the plays that you couldn't do before, maybe where you just need something in the graveyard or you need to resolve the parallel exceed in hand. You can't quite get IP out, for example, since you can't be used with links. And then IP, of course, to protect your Tryhard from being destroyed by card effects. Some people are playing the Cobreaker package, which is perfectly fine if you guys want to use this. This is really good for extending to give you your 3 cards to go for Tryhard plus destroy and a spell or trap card. So that's an interesting play if you want to go through and do this as well. I've seen some people do that. A Blossom as well as for extender for kind of anything you need. Usually it's mostly used, at least by me, but for the Rescue Cat combo. Um, and then you basically have full combo for there, and it can even potentially go into your Naturia Beast combo as well using that. The Mega Fleet, like we talked about for the if you're playing the Cyber Dragon, right, you're going to play the Mega Fleet to go with it. Number 75, like we talked about, it's really easy to go into him with the deck. Plus, not even considering some of the tech cards I mentioned here, that make it even easier to go into you. Dweller is pretty decently easy to go into at times, same as Nabuska. So you're really just playing these just out there graveyard effects for the turn, and then the same for Nabuska, except field basically puts everything in defense and their effects are negated. Naturi Beast combo, so they negate all their spells. A lot of you guys kept confident about Shinshin. I don't really like it because it removes stuff from play, so you really don't want to lose your stuff. So it's risky if you do it like at the end of your turn, like how most people play it usually. In virtual world, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Uh, just you have to be I would say you have to be careful with playing that. One that I haven't seen anyone do, but it would be kind of a cool in here is the Stellar Wind Wolfrit. This one's really good too, right? Because you can just bounce everything back. Because they're going to be going through a lot of plays usually to break your board, because they have to go into something right link or use a spell or trap card. So he's a really good card to get out, and he's a level 9. Plus, it's a budget option too. So usually by the time he hits the 4K, you can just shuffle him and shuffle all your opponent's cards back into the deck. So just kind of reset the board. Another one you guys kept commenting on is Shangling. So you guys could play this if you want to. I'm fine with it. To me, just the banish effect is not good enough. Usually, if I'm going to banish, like at that point, if I need something, to me, Deflor would be better if I have it. But right, if you can't Deflor, you can't afford Deflor or something like that, or don't have one, then this would be fine. I would understand that. Or like this one, but that would be fine. Right, if you don't have the Deflor, Deflor would be the ideal option. But I know it's still a $100 card, and it's hard to get access to it. So I get that. So next would be the side deck stuff, right? Just Cyclone to get rid of back row, Blizzard to help stop Mystic Mine or stuff like that. Silent Graveyard effects. The new Spellbound card, which will be coming out soon. This will keep them from doing their extended plays, whether it's a mirror match or a fusion deck or whatever you're playing against. This card's going to be you're going to see this card a lot in the meta, so it's going to be played by pretty much everyone. It's going to be main decked or at least side decked, if nothing else, at least 1 or 2 copies of. So expect to see it coming soon. Once Darkling Blast comes out, we've already talked about Book of Eclipse to flip everything face down for your field, and Rich Heart's effect and stopping their effects. Necrovalley to stop graveyard effects, really between Effect Veiler, or if you want to play Imperm, whichever you want to do, would be really good to stop and help protect Tryhard. Evenly Match is a good backup card, so right, have in your hand, especially the extra cards you're drawing. If they go through and miraculously do damage, which happens from time to time, then just evenly match them. If anything, you get rid of one of their negates. If nothing else, right, it resolves and you just broke their entire board. So it's a really good card. Contact C to stop them from ever playing for decks like Despia, for example. They're not going to be able to fusion. Played a dude online and completely destroyed him of the day for that specific reason, because he couldn't do nothing. He had no links in his deck. A lot of times they play no links in that deck, guys. Sometimes they will play like the one Phoenix or the one Unicorn, and that's all they have. But that's still gonna, really hurt them to go through and get all those extended plays, or they're gonna have to tribute him like for Dramaturge or something like that. Lancia to keep stuff from being banished. Chaos Hunter kills a lot of decks that we really struggle with as far as remove from play, so definitely want to make sure you get your copies of Chaos Hunter before he goes up. Drill and Lockbird to make sure we're not playing something that's too crazy fast, that's swarming the board over too much, to slow them down. nib to break the board, and battle fader I like as well because some when you're getting hit directly, if there's another budget option besides the evenly matched, which is not too expensive. This will let you special summon to the field plus stop the battle phase, so you take no damage. Maybe it's one of those times they're trying to OTK you. Bam, you go battle fader, negate the attack and the battle phase, and you get him on the field in defense. So this way you already have one card for Tryhard, and you just kept from losing the game. But those are my tech options, guys. Hopefully I didn't take too long. I wanted to go through to make sure I explain why I put them all in here and how they work specifically. But please make sure you guys comment down below what your thoughts or questions, or if I missed anything. I appreciate you guys' love and support, and I'll see you in the next one.